Hi beauties, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Hi, hello, how are you doing, y'all? If you didn't notice, I've been away for a minute. Yes, I have, but that's all fine and dandy. I needed a little breaky break from the internet. We all do sometimes. It was not planned, but greatly needed. And now we are back and better than ever, and I really wanted to get started on a new decluttering series just because I haven't done it in a while, so it's definitely overdue. And I also did a lot of cleaning and organizing, and I rearranged a little bit in here since the last time I did some content, so I'm very excited about that. Everything's good and clean and organized, so we can just easily get into everything and go through things. And I think I definitely want to start with the eyeshadow palettes today. It's been a super long time since I did a declutter with my eyeshadow palettes, and I need to. I think I'm probably gonna break this video up into two parts just because I have quite a bit of eyeshadow palettes. I have two drawers behind me over here, and then I have some bigger eyeshadow palettes over here, and I also have some singles and eyeshadow sticks. So we're definitely gonna break this up into two parts. I'll probably start with the drawers today. We might not get through all of them depending on how long this takes, but we shall see. Now, before we dive in today, if you haven't already, make sure that you press that subscribe button and post notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new video, baby. Also, if you haven't already and you're really into makeup tutorials, makeup unboxings, good things like that, you can check out my Instagram and TikTok. They are linked down below for y'all. Now, I'm not gonna make this intro too long. I really want to dive straight into this declutter because y'all know these can take some time and I can talk a lot. So let's go ahead and get on into it, baby. We have the dresser, y'all, and I guess I'm just gonna be holding the camera because this is my first time filming a declutter with the GoPro instead of my phone. I am going to get my new phone fixed this weekend, so I'll probably go back to filming a little bit on that for some videos, but I do like filming on this GoPro. Okay, this is the first eyeshadow palette drawer. I keep some of my smaller eyeshadow palettes in here as well as some of my bigger eyeshadow palettes. Here we go. Now let's go into the small palettes first. I honestly can't tell you how well I will do on this eyeshadow palette declutter just because I love eyeshadow palettes. Y'all know me, and I am a hoarder. I'm a makeup hoarder. First, I have these three little ones from Hard Candy. These ones are super pretty, and I love the colors in them, so I do want to keep them because I remember getting rid of the rest of them and then keeping these ones for the colors specifically. I love the green. Definitely want to keep these. I am going to keep my Fenty Beauty, of course. This is gorgeous, and this is the only Fenty Beauty eyeshadow I have anymore, so I definitely want to keep. I have a couple of Estate palettes. I think I got rid of the other ones. Ooh, that blue is pretty, but I don't want to keep it just because of one color. Oh, that purple is pretty too. So far, I'm not gonna want to get rid of anything. No, actually, I have so many colors like these in my collection, like the purple and the blue, so I'm gonna go ahead and let these two go. And we're gonna put my getting rid of pile up here on top of the dresser, and I'm sure whoever comes over here, my sisters, anybody, they can have at it, have what they want. I'm still debating on this Bobbi Brown one. That's kind of why I put it down a minute ago. Hold on, let me open it. I've only freaking swatched this one. I haven't used it, but it's so pretty, especially this shade right here. I kind of want to get some use out of it, or like try it out on my eyes before I actually get rid of it. So I'm going to keep that for now. This baby from Wet n Wild, I'll probably never get rid of. This is their Color Icon eyeshadow quad in Bed of Roses. This is that little rose collection that they came out with like a long time ago. I just love the packaging and the colors. It's so pretty, so I'm definitely going to keep that. I have this little eyeshadow quad from Shades by Shan. Ooh, this is pretty. This has some really pretty warm tones in it. I actually just got rid of one of their eyeshadow palettes, so I am going to keep this one because I really love that shade and that shade right there. This is so pretty. I have this eyeshadow quad from Profusion. I got rid of the other one and I kept this one, so I definitely want to keep this one. I love the shades in this, so pretty. I have some more like square eyeshadow palettes here. This one is one that I got in my Ipsy recently, and it is super gorgeous, so I want to keep that. This one I can go ahead and let go of. This one I've had for a very long time. I probably need to go ahead and toss this one out because it's definitely expired. It's so pretty, but she's got to go. This one from Lottie London, I lost the shade in there, but I love all the other shades in there. It's so pretty, so I'm gonna try to repress this one and keep it. I have this one from ColourPop, which I definitely want to keep. I love these little ColourPop ones. I love taking them with me when I'm traveling, and I just think the shades in them are super pretty. The sparkle, it doesn't get better than that. Oh, this ColourPop one too. This is the other one that I was talking about. And then I also have this little one from Lottie London. I honestly don't feel myself gravitating towards Lottie London to eyeshadow palettes. Like, they don't really wow me. I mean, they're not horrible, but I do tend to gravitate towards a lot of other formulas in my collection, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go. We have some more like travel size eyeshadow palettes, but like the longer packaging here. This one from Undone Beauty is super pretty, and I think is perfect for the fall time. I just really don't use it often. I don't feel myself gravitating towards it, even though, oh my god, the shimmers are really gonna make me change my mind right now. I was so about to get rid of this, but the shimmers, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep it. I can't. Just look at that copper shade. I feel like I don't really have another tone like that. If I find one, then I'll get rid of this, but for now, I'm gonna keep her. I'm sorry. This one from Pink Lips I just got not too long ago. Honestly, guys, I just did these nails and it's hard to open things, so I'm trying here. But this one I just got not too long ago, and I feel like it's a really good warm tone neutral palette. I love a good warm tone, so I'm definitely gonna keep this. I have a bunch of little Milani palettes, and I did have a lot more, but I got rid of a few, so I don't know how many I'm actually gonna get rid of today. Well, shoot, I guess I only have 4 left. I definitely want to keep these 2. These were like limited edition ones. I think, yeah, these were with, a collection with Rizzo. What's her name? Not Rizzo. I don't know how to say her name, but I'll insert her Instagram right here. I love her freaking content so much. I've been following her on TikTok and Instagram for a long time, and these shades are just so pretty. The greens and the purples, and I love how it's mixed with the neutrals as well, so I'm going to keep these. Now, as for these, they have both been opened, so I can't put them in a giveaway pile or anything, but they are super pretty, especially this one right here. I love the rosy tones. I'm gonna keep these. I'm gonna keep these just because I did get rid of quite a bit of these not too long ago, so I do want to keep these. A lot of the stuff that I will be getting rid of today are mostly neutral palettes as well, so I do want to keep a few staple neutral and like warm tone palettes, because I do want to get rid of quite a few of the neutral palettes I have in here, because I don't ever really use them, you know? This one from Rem Beauty, I honestly end up just keeping this one because of the packaging. I was not too impressed, especially with the matte shades. The shimmers are all right, especially when you wet them. It's just not my favorite eyeshadow formula ever. I recently picked up the Wicked eyeshadow palette, which I'm super excited to try. I'm gonna try this out in a TikTok video soon. I'm hoping this gives me better quality. I did swatch them and it looked a lot better than that eyeshadow palette, because I was really disappointed in those. But I'm super excited to try this. Follow me on TikTok if you want to see me try this out. But honestly, I am gonna keep this one because I kind of want to compare it. I'm gonna compare it to the Rem Beauty X Wicked palette just to see the difference in the quality. I really want to do that for myself, you know what I mean? But if you want to see that in a video, let me know. This one from Formula Z I also got not too long ago in an Ipsy, and I'm so glad I did. I love this brand so much. And these shimmers, are you kidding? That green, I'm going to use it so much during Christmas. I'm definitely keeping this. This one from Elf I am going to keep as well. This one from Wet n Wild, I honestly don't ever freaking use it, but the colors in it are so pretty, especially that yellow, the blue. I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along just because I don't ever grab for it. I feel like I got rid of this in a declutter and maybe I put it back in here. I'm not quite sure, like I cannot remember, but it's honestly gorgeous and I used this during Halloween and I really enjoyed it, so I'm going to keep it. This one from Smashbox, I'm definitely keeping this one, mostly for that orange shade right there, but I just recently got this and I've only used it a few times, so I definitely want to get some more use out of it, and she's gorge. Honestly, perfect for this time of year. I'm also going to be keeping my Naked Mini palette from Urban Decay, my Vampire Diaries Lottie London eyeshadow palette. This is honestly so pretty. I love the shimmers in here more than anything. They are gorgeous. Okay, I have a bunch of these little tiny eyeshadow palettes from Makeup Revolution. I definitely want to condense them down because I don't gravitate towards a handful of them. So these Powerpuff ones I definitely want to keep because I love the colors in them and I definitely use these. These are so freaking cute and vibrant. These Monsters Inc. ones are super cute, but I don't use them a lot. Let me look at them all together. Okay, let's see what we are working with here. This one is super pretty. I remember using that one in the past. My thing with these is these little mini palettes, they tend to not be as pigmented as the bigger palettes for some reason, in my opinion. I don't know if they work like that for anybody else. I think this one is really pretty and the shimmers are really pretty, so I want to keep that one. This one, that plum is really pretty, but other than that, this one can go. And then these two, that green is pretty, but other than that, I think I'm going to keep this one for like more than anything sentimental reasons, just because I really loved Monsters Inc. growing up. So I'm going to keep this one for that and then get rid of this one. I also have these 3 Clueless ones, which I don't even think I've touched this one. So this one can go and I'll give that to somebody that will love it. This one is super pretty. I love the green and the blue and the warms. This one is also really, really pretty though. Like really, really pretty. Honestly, I think I'm going to keep both of those for now. Those are super pretty. I need to use those. I need to freaking use those. And then I have the Finding Nemo and the Treehouse of Horror Simpsons palette left. And honestly, I keep keeping this palette, but I never freaking use it. So I'm gonna finally let this one go, and I am gonna keep the Nemo one just because it's very vibrant and pretty, and I will definitely get more use out of this than the Treehouse one. All 4 of the rest of these I am probably going to keep just because, I mean, she's gorgeous. This is like one of my only eyeshadow palettes from Lawless, and I don't even think that they do eyeshadow much, so I definitely want to keep that. This is more than anything sentimental. This is the Addams Family collection with Hip Dot. I know Hip Dot really isn't around too much anymore, so I try not to use too many of their products, but this is so freaking gorgeous. I remember getting this in PR and I was super excited, so I want to keep that. And then this I haven't really got much use out of, but it's just like way too pretty to get rid of yet. Like I have not even touched it besides repressing that shade right there, so I definitely want to get some more use out of this before I get rid of it. This really cute one from Lottie London, I feel like I haven't really given much of a chance. I've used it I think once, and maybe just that shade right there. I need to get some more use out of this before I completely make up my mind on it, and it's super, super cute as well. Hey, I know y'all remember this one. This was literally my last palette declutter and the one before that, and I kept keeping it, and I never used it, and then it ended up back in this drawer, and I still never freaking used it, so I am gonna let this one go again. Okay, I will be keeping both of these from the Grease Makeup Revolution collection. They are super gorge, and I honestly really like the pigment in them as well. I've only really used this one. I need to get some more use out of this one, especially right now during the fall. I feel like the berries are perfect. These are definitely staying. This is one of my favorite palettes from Profusion, so I definitely want to keep this one. I love, oh, can I open it? Okay, there we go. I love the burgundies in here. So freaking gorge. Definitely keeping this. This is so freaking pigmented, and I believe this palette at the time was only like 10-15 bucks. So good. I definitely want to keep both of my Wet n Wild palettes. I'm pretty good at keeping like all of my ColourPop, Wet n Wild, Profusion, like those kind of palettes, just because I really love the palettes. Not only do I love collecting them, but I think they're really, really good as well. For how cheap, you know, they are for drugstore products, they are pretty good quality. I'm definitely keeping my My Chemical Romance Hip Dot palette. I still break this out every now and then. It's so freaking good, especially for Halloween time. Plus, I'm just gonna keep this forever and ever. Honestly, put this in my casket when I'm gone, because I'm really sad that I did not get the tickets to the My Chemical Romance tour. Okay, this one right here is from Indie Beat Cosmetics. I think I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go. I don't really get a lot of use out of it, even though it's so freaking gorge. I just don't see myself gravitating towards it, so I'm gonna let her go. I recently got this one from Ipsy, so I'm gonna keep that. I recently just got that one from Ipsy, so I'm gonna keep that. And this one is not too old from Ipsy as well, and I feel like it's perfect for fall, so I'm gonna keep that. Keeping both of those from Milani. Those were like limited edition Halloween ones that they came out with, and I'll probably never ever get rid of these as well, just because I think they're so freaking cool, and I love Milani. Anything that Milani does, I usually love it, and these are gorgeous. This one right here from Profusion, I think I am gonna let go of, just because I don't ever use it, and I bought it on clearance one time at Walmart, and then I just like never ever touched it, so I am gonna go ahead and let this one go, because somebody else will get some more use out of it. Y'all know my Lottie London Outer Banks ain't going anywhere. I love this one right here. These from Makeup Revolution, I keep them around just because I love the packaging, and I love Lion King. That's honestly one of my all-time favorite Disney movies. This is so vibrant and pretty. There's just no way I could get rid of that. No wonder I've never gotten rid of that. Like, it's so freaking pretty. This one is a little bit all over the place. It does have gorgeous colors in it though. But I think we can let this one go. I think we can finally let this one go. And this one right here, let's say, oh my gosh, y'all, I'm having a hard time with these nails. It's been a few weeks since I've worn a pair. Oh, I love this one right here with the freaking purple and the turquoise. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that one. These two can stay. This Poison Ivy one can stay as well. I think that one's super gorgeous. This one from Hip Dot was one of my all-time favorite palettes they've ever done. This is called the Light Rays palette. I know that you probably can't get this anymore, maybe on like resellers like Mercari, but these shimmers are literally unlike any other, so I definitely want to keep this. This one I received from ColourPop, and honestly I never even touched it. I do like a few shades in it, but not enough to keep it, so I'm gonna let this one go. This one I've never really touched either from ColourPop. It is really freaking pretty. Really freaking pretty. Oh my gosh, you know what, I'm gonna keep that one. I'm not doing that great today, y'all, as you can tell, but I love eyeshadow, so I'm not mad at it. This one from Pixie, definitely keeping, mostly for that shade right in the middle. I'm not even gonna lie. Look at that. Look at that. And then this one I'm actually gonna take out of here and find somewhere to display it. This is a really old Urban Decay eyeshadow palette. If I can open it, oh my gosh. I obviously don't use it because the mirror is all the way broken, and it is really freaking old, so obviously it is really freaking expired. But my aunt gave me this, and it's a really old Urban Decay palette. I don't know if you can see that right there. It says Urban Decay. Y'all, this is so freaking cool to me. It's literally makeup history, so I'm gonna be keeping this little baby forever, but I definitely want to find somewhere to display it in here. I'm not working with a lot of space, so. Okay, honestly, we're halfway through the drawer, and I'm not doing too bad. Not too bad. I've gotten rid of a good bit of palettes, so let's go ahead and go through the rest of this drawer. I'm not sure how long this video is already taken. Like, I'm really not. I don't even know what time I started, so this video might end up being 3 parts. I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling once we get through this drawer. Let's get through it. Next, I literally have all of my ColourPop palettes here. To be quite honest, I'm not going to do that great in this category, just because, like I said, I love collecting ColourPop palettes, and I also love using them as well. ColourPop has honestly one of my favorite cheapest eyeshadow formulas, especially their shades that have like that are matte but also have the shimmer in them. But like that brown shade right there, it's a matte but it has shimmer in it. It's so freaking pretty. I'm definitely gonna keep the Star Wars. This is a really old one of the oldest one that I have. It's the Kathleen Lights Dream Street palette. I think I'm finally gonna go ahead and pass this one along. This is the Snow White palette. This one is super gorgeous. I'm gonna put this one in the maybe pile for now though. Definitely gonna keep my Powerpuff Girls X ColourPop. Oh my lord, she is gorgeous, and this is one of the only ColourPop palettes that I own that actually has a palette in it, so keeping. Definitely want to keep my Beauty and the Beast Belle palette. I love this one. It's so gorgeous. That yellow shade is perfect. Lost in Love, I'm definitely going to keep her as well. She's gorgeous. The Avatar palette, I love this one right here, especially because I love the way that they are set up in here. Like it's, you could basically do a look by row. I just love it, so I'm definitely going to keep this one. The Winx Club, I'm probably going to keep this one as well. I mean, this one is just one of my colorful ones, and I really love it. It's so gorgeous. Definitely keeping my It's a Small World. I love that ride at Disney. It's one of my all-time faves. Definitely keeping my Twilight. Definitely keeping this one. Hello, she's gorgeous and never ever going anywhere. I love this one so much. It's one of my all-time faves. I actually just got this one not too long ago, so I will be keeping it. I've only used it once so far, and I definitely want to get some more use out of it. Look how gorgeous. I love the shimmers in here. We also have the Legend of Korra. This one is gorgeous as well. I honestly think I like this one better than the Avatar. I'm definitely keeping this. And then we also have the Naruto. I believe that's how you say it. This one is so gorgeous as well. I'm gonna keep that one. Ah! Y'all, I'm telling you, I love ColourPop palettes. It's hard for me. This one is one of my all-time favorites. The Holidays, the Muppets. I love this one. The color story is a little crazy, but the greens in here are freaking gorgeous. I love this palette. Definitely keeping my Stranger Things. Just got that one not too long ago. I also have these two big ones from ColourPop. This one is the Pokemon one, and then this one is the BT21. These are both so freaking gorgeous, but I honestly feel like I only need to keep one, and I don't ever reach for this one right here, so I'm gonna keep my Pokemon one and get rid of this one right here, as I just dug a freaking hole in the freaking eyeshadow. I have a few more here. The Let's Roll palette. This one is honestly gorgeous, but there's other palettes that I have from ColourPop that are way more pigmented than this one, so I'm gonna let this one go. We have the Winnie the Pooh one. I'm definitely gonna keep this one. It's so cute. We have the Twist of Slate. I'm gonna keep this one just because this is like one of the only palettes that I have that's kind of like gray scale tone, so I'm definitely gonna keep that. My Alice in Wonderland, this is my all-time favorite palette from ColourPop. I take this to every single concert with me. It might not look like it, but I use that blue shade more than anything, and that sage kind of color. It's so pretty. I'm definitely keeping this one and never ever gonna get rid of it. Last but not least, for my ColourPop palettes, I have the Lit palette from the Bretman Rock collection. I'm definitely keeping this one as well. It's expired and definitely old, but I will always keep this one. Bretman Rock is amazing, and I loved this collection when I first got it. And I think I am gonna go ahead and keep my Snow White one just because that shade is calling my name right there. That black one with a sparkle in it, yeah, I'm gonna keep her. I have a couple more back here. These two are from Tarte, and I'll probably never ever get rid of these either. I've had these for years now, honestly since 2017, 2018. I love these palettes. I bought them mostly for the packaging, as you can tell, because they are stunning, but this palette right here was my favorite back in the day. I love this one, so I'm never gonna get rid of it. And then also the Pineapple. This one is so freaking cute. I used to love when Tarte came out with these face and eye palettes. They were literally perfect, and this is just so gorgeous. I can't wait to have like my dream makeup room one day where I can have like all this nostalgic stuff on display, so definitely keeping. And I also have my 3 Girl Scout hard candy palettes. I really loved these, and I feel like the quality of them were really great for hard candy. In my opinion, they were some of the best best eyeshadows I ever use. I really feel like I don't need to keep all 3 of them though. Even though I really want to, I feel like I really don't need to. You know what? I feel like I just kept one that had like a green thing, that ColourPop one. So I'm gonna get rid of this one because really the only reason why I was keeping it is because of that green glitter. And that ColourPop palette I just kept has green glitter in it, kind of just like it. So I'm gonna get rid of this one, even though Thin Mints were literally my fave. And you know what? I was gonna get rid of this one as well, but I really love the neutrals like in here, the kind of like skin tone colors, and I love the pops of purple in here. So I'm gonna keep these 2 and get rid of that one. Definitely keeping my Half Magic. This has eyeshadows and blushes in it, and I definitely need to get another one of these. I went and took the magnetic I took the little frame that was in here out, and I glued the magnetic piece in there so that I would have more room for my stuff. But I need to get another magnetic palette because I want to condense down a lot of my eyeshadow palettes actually into a few of the Z palette kind of things. I'm definitely keeping my Indie Beats, what is this called? The Platinum Hits 2 palette. This is like a duochrome palette. This is the only kind of like duochrome palette I have, and it's so gorgeous. Perfect kind of fall palette as well, so I want to keep that. I'm also going to be keeping my Peanuts X Profusion palette. I think this is so gorgeous, and I got it not too long ago, so I want to get some more use out of it, as well as my Profusion Ninja Turtles palette. Y'all know I love this one right here. I used her a few times during Halloween. I love this one. Oh my god, it's so cool. I am also going to be keeping my Ace Beauté palette. This is the Mystic Renaissance, is that what it's called? No, Mystic Romance. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Talk about gorgeous. This right here, I love Ace Beauté eyeshadow palettes. I will also be keeping my Profusion Casper palette. I love this one right here so much. My Nomad Haunted Europe palette I will be keeping as well. This is like one of my all-time most gorgeous palettes, honestly. Look at that color story. Oh, and I will also be keeping my Profusion Twilight palette. The shimmers in here are freaking everything. I'm telling you, you cannot go wrong with a Profusion eyeshadow palette, and they're such good price. I bought this past year from a brand I've been wanting to try for a long time called Creature Cosmetics, and honestly I've barely used it. I need to use this palette more. It's from their Sleepaway Camp collection. They do all things kind of like horror collections over there, and their brand is just really, really cool. This color story is right up my freaking alley too. Y'all know how I love color. I will definitely be keeping this palette. I just think it is so freaking cool. I love when brands can like really step out on the packaging. I have a couple of these LA Girl palettes that I have been keeping forever, and honestly I don't ever reach for them anymore, but I got so much use out of this one in the beginning. It is so gorgeous. I bought both of these on my own at Ulta, and I believe both of them were around like $15.99 ish. They are so gorgeous. I really have not gotten a lot of use out of this one. I feel like this one though reminds me of the Wet n Wild, what's it called? The Wet n Wild Scooby-Doo palette. Let me look at it. Here they are side by side. They do look pretty similar, but some of the formulations are a little bit different in my opinion, and they are a little bit different, like the green and stuff. So I think I am going to keep both of these. Well, y'all already knew I was keeping the freaking Wet n Wild one, let's be honest, but I'm going to keep that LA Girl one, and I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one just because I don't really reach for it anymore, and I did get a lot of love out of it. Okay, I could have swore I had another little Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette, and I don't know what the hell happened to it. It might be in my other drawer right now, but as of now, since I can't find that, this is my only Pat McGrath palette that I own. It really wasn't my favorite when I tried it out because I've heard such good things about her eyeshadow palettes. Honestly, I know that this one's like really old as well, and I got it at TJ Maxx. I will be keeping it though because this is like one of my only super expensive eyeshadow palettes that I own, so keeping for sure. This one from Ciate, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass it along. It is super pretty, and I just have not touched it. I got this in a BoxyCharm and I haven't touched it, and I know somebody else will get so much use out of it, so I'm gonna let her go. I'm definitely gonna be keeping this one for my girl Chip. I absolutely love this palette right here. My friend Chip did a collab with what is the brand called? Oh yeah, Unearthly Cosmetics, and their eyeshadows are freaking gorgeous. They were so nice and sent this over to me, and this palette is stunning. It's one of my freaking favorites. Definitely will be keeping. I love the pan sizes as well. I will also be keeping my Ace Beauté palette Opoly. I absolutely love this palette, and I love Ace Beauté's eyeshadow formula in general. Their shimmers are freaking everything. I will definitely be keeping my Love Notes by Beauty Bay. I only have 2 Beauty Bay eyeshadow palettes. This is one of them, and the other one is the Nikki Tutorials. Obviously, I've gotten a lot of use out of this one. It is so gorgeous. I love the purples. Definitely keeping. And then as for these last 2, this one from Melt, I will definitely be keeping. This one is so freaking gorgeous. I mean, how could you ever get rid of this? I love it. Keeping. And this one from Ofra, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass along just because I don't ever reach for it. I love the colorful moments and the fact that you can take the pans out, but I just don't ever reach for it, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it go. Okay, y'all, I think I am gonna go ahead and break this video up into 3 different parts. So we're gonna do the drawer underneath this one in the next part, and then do my big palettes and my eyeshadow sticks in the 3rd part, because I feel like this video is already way too long, girl. I've took forever to get through this drawer, and this is everything that I'm keeping, and this is everything that I'm getting rid of. Well, not this down here. This is the stuff that I'm keeping that I need to fix or yada yada yada, but this is everything that I'm getting rid of, and this is everything that I'm keeping. And I want y'all to know I did a lot better in this drawer than I thought I was going to, because this is the drawer that I like reach into the most. So I'm very, very proud of myself. We've got lots of room back there to grow. Alrighty, beauties, y'all, my hair be looking real crazy after today, okay? Anyways, I hope you beauties enjoyed this video. As soon as I edit this one, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the next one. So it'll probably, this video will be up tomorrow, and then I'll be working on the next declutter tomorrow afternoon, so on, so forth, and we're gonna get this decluttering on the roll, okay? I do have a couple of other videos coming up. I'm not gonna give y'all a schedule or anything, because as y'all know, every time I try to do a schedule, it never freaking works out. But we are gonna be back on the YouTube grind, especially for the rest of the year and into the next year, because into next year, y'all, I'm really going to be on my YouTube grind. I said this year I really wanted to take it to the next level, but next year we might just have to put everything else on the back burner and make YouTube the #1 thing, because YouTube is something that I've always been so passionate about, and it's something that I want to give my all to, and I really haven't been doing that, and I really want to do that. So stay tuned, y'all. I got ideas, and I hope that we can make them come true. Anyways, if you beauties did enjoy this video and you want to let me know, make sure that you give it a big thumbs up, and leave me, there's not an eyeshadow emoji, is there? I don't know. Leave me a duck emoji in the comments if you stayed here to the end, because why not? I'm gonna go ahead and start downloading this video so I can edit and hopefully have it up by the morning. And I'm also hoping to get some more makeup done this week too for TikTok and Instagram. I'm very excited about that, so stay tuned, beauties. We're back on the grind, and it feels so good. I love you beauties so freaking much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.